hi there. I'm Chuck Davis. These are my friends. This is Gene Nichols.
Hello.
Bob Endowski.
Hi, how are you?
And Stan Mediger here.
Hi.
The four of us are here to talk about homework. Now, we've got some movies we've made to show you some of our problems of homework and some of the ways we've found to handle them. Get the lights, will you, Stan? Maybe you wonder why you have homework. Can you remember when you were back in grade school? The teacher was there to help you with your work, and most of your studying was done in class. You probably didn't have much homework then. In high school, your teacher still helps you in class, but also gives you a lot more outside assignments. In college, most of your studying will be on your own. And if you do any studying after you're out of school, you'll find that you're almost completely on your own. So you see, the further you go in your studies, the more you have to study on your own. That's homework. Now what about these problems? Jean?
Well, I have a homework problem. It's a problem that a lot of you probably have. It's the problem where to do your homework. We took these movies at my place. This is the apartment I live in with my parents. It's not a very big one, and I don't have my own room to work in. That means there are lots of distractions in the evening when Dad is home. The radio is playing, and you can hear it all over the house. And Mother and Dad have a lot to talk about. Of course, I want a quiet place for doing homework. So I try to get my homework done right after school. I really should help Mother get dinner ready, but we have a bargain. She gets dinner ready, and I clean up afterward. I can arrange the dining room as I want it. Plenty of light, my study materials spread out so I can use them. The radio is off, and nobody's talking. And I can get my work done. In the evening, if I still have work to do, I could ask Dad and Mother to be quiet and turn off the radio, but I really don't want to do that, so I usually go to the library. So you see, finding a place to do my homework in is always a problem for me. But I manage to solve it by working things out with my family. But Stan here, well, he's got a different problem.
That's right. Chuck? Here's where I live. Yes, it's a farm. And from the time the school bus gets me home until I can get up to my room after supper, I've been kept pretty busy with the chores. A lot of you don't have free time in the afternoon either, especially you fellows who go out for school sports. And those of you who work after school. We just don't have as much time for our homework as others do. So I do it this way. I don't wait till I get home to start my homework. I start in school, during study periods. I plan my homework ahead. For some assignments, I need books or special references. These, of course, I plan to do in the library at school. For other assignments, I need only textbooks and my notebook. These I plan to do at home. Then I try to make a rough schedule to divide up the time I have for doing my assignments. I give so much time to each subject. I found out that schedules help me make the most of the time I have. So, when I get to work at home, I know exactly what I have to do. And I have my materials already, because I planned it that way. Another thing, I know how much time I have. Of course, there are some things you can't always plan. You know how it is. So my family has to help me carry out my plan. When my sister bothers me while I'm working, I count on Mom and Dad to help. And that's good, because when I can follow my plan, I can get my homework done. So, even though I have only limited time for doing my homework, I can get it done by planning. Well, that takes care of me.
Well, I have plenty of time, and I have a room of my own. But I still have a problem. Chuck? When you study in school, it's usually quiet, and others are studying. And you're expected to study, and that helps me study. But at home, well, there it's just up to me. And there are always a lot of things I can think of to do besides studying, even horsing around with my kid brothers. And even when I know it's time to start my homework, I can think of a lot of things I could do first. I could wait just a few minutes until Dad finished the paper. Or I could call up Sally and talk to her, just for a few minutes. Or sharpen a few pencils first. Seems like I could do anything except study. It takes such a big effort for me to get started. But I just grit my teeth and start right in. That's the only way for me to solve my problem. I start with the hardest subject. If I don't, I keep thinking about it, and I don't do a very good job in my other work, if I get it done at all. Another thing I found, when I come to a hard problem and I start thinking about it, sometimes I let my mind wander, and I just sort of daydream, and off I go into the wild blue yonder. But I don't get my homework done that way. It's just keeping at it that gets it done. Well, I found that homework is really just studying on your own. And that means being able to make yourself study and get the job done.
That's all?
Yeah.
Well then, I guess you've heard our story. Homework is important, and we've shown you some of the problems you can run up against. But it isn't too hard to solve them. It's just a matter of planning and organizing your work, getting some done at school, scheduling your work at home, having a good place to study, working problems out with your parents, and getting used to studying on your own. That's all. If you really want to get something out of homework, and I think you do, well, we've shown you what we've found. It's up to you to take it from here.